Guys, it's 8:04. I'm gonna talk quietly because it's nighttime, but I'm gonna play this game anyway, because I'm like that. I don't know much about this game other than it's called Depression Quest, and that it is very much about depression. So, if that bothers you, like it says here in the thing, this game is not meant to be a fun or lighthearted experience. If you are currently suffering from the illness and are easily triggered, please be aware that this game uses stark depictions of people in very dark places. If you are suicidal, please stop playing this game and visit a suicide prevention hotline. Basically, that's me saying if you have depression, had depression, are going through tough shit and this triggers something for you, don't watch this video. I want to try to view what depression is like. Oh, it's meant to fight stigma and bring awareness. Preventing a real simulation. Okay. There's a lot there. I'm not gonna read all of it because I already know this is gonna be a super reading heavy sort of thing. Oh, one thing I will check. Okay, we are capturing my mouse. Good. I want it because I like to underline things and use the mouse to read. Anyway, it's an interactive nonfiction. So yeah, what are the controls? Okay. You put it right here, WebKit. I would prefer to use a mouse, just because of the way I'm sitting. I'm not gonna full screen it, because I don't feel like it right now. Begin. Ooh, lovely. It is early on a Monday morning. You are a mid-20s human being. You have a significant other named Alex. Oh. Who you are rather fond of, that you have been seeing exclusively for the past few months. The rest of your social circle consists of a variety of friends and acquaintances, some of whom you met at your daily job, which is a little boring, but pays the rent. You'd like to be doing more with your life, as would your parents, but you're still in the process of figuring out what that means and how to go about it. You are also dealing with motivation issues that sometimes makes dealing with these things difficult. You feel like this is probably your fault, and on bad days, you can feel inwardly angry and down about yourself for being lazy. But you're not quite sure how you can break out of it, or how other people deal with these feelings and seem so very functional. Spend a lot of nights fixating on thinking about this, but never seem to do anything about it other than lose sleep. Okay. Gotta learn about everybody. It's important. You met Alex through a mutual friend a few months back. The two of you hit it off pretty well on that first night, and after a series of initially awkward dates, you finally became a couple, much to your surprise and excitement. Is Alex a lady? My man. It's so ambiguous because Alex is an ambiguous name. Alex is 3 months younger than you are, and is currently a student with a part-time job and a broad social circle. I'm very good with words, and I am. She's also got a wide variety of interests, and oftentimes you worry that you might be too boring for her. Okay, she's a lady. Okay. But she has been good, trying to reassure you that she's happy. Your relationship consists of a lot of nights in watching Netflix. Good on you. When you've both got time off work, she doesn't have classes. With the occasional social outing that she tends to have to talk you into attending. She tries to be understanding when you are in one of your moods, as she puts it, though you're starting to feel like she doesn't understand what it's like for you. And this is a source of tension in your relationship. Coupled with your reluctance to want to go to college parties, this feeds your worry of not being exciting enough for them. Well, I'm sorry if you're mid-20s, you probably don't want to go to college parties as much in social circle. Oh, there's a lot there. Just a few close friends, some of you known. Acquaintances through Alex. I'm gonna summarize this because this is too much reading to read out loud this late at night. Maybe I'll just look at these and summarize them, and if you want to pause and read them properly, you can do that. I'll just read the main stuff, because otherwise I'm gonna get, like... my language will be garbled by the end of this. Online friends you talk to regularly, you feel safety around the community. And low commitment friendships. Incredibly nervous. Hey, yeah, no. Out of going to. Man, I can agree with this. Like, making friends is hard, and there are just times when it's a new place, or your friends want to go out or something. It's just like, I don't really want to attend. I'm not saying I have depression, by the way, by playing this game. I just thought it would be an interesting game, and I have lots of people in my life who I know suffer from anxiety and other things like depression, or have suffered from depression. Flaking off social engagements. Feel incredibly guilty, I'm sure. Day job. Day job is nothing special. Ooh, minimum wage, but okay, enough to support yourself. Relating. You're not really close to your coworkers. Hard time getting out of bed and facing yourself to go. You'd like to find another job of interest, like any. Underqualified. Oh God, welcome to life. Parents. Ooh, so your parents have you have an older brother, moved across the country. Ah, the lesser kid in that sucks. They care about you for dinner. They don't get it. You're so smart and talented. They love you, but it feel like a disappointment. Okay, alright, I think I have a pretty good summary of this person. It's an unseasonably warm Wednesday evening. You spent the past several hours at work. The past week or so you found your job motivation flagging more so than usual. You've been in a fog particularly all day today, simply going through the motions without realizing even that what you've been doing half the time. And yet time seems to be moving at half speed. You're so checked out that when your boss approaches you to tell you that it's dead and you can go home early, it barely registered. That is a strange wording. Okay. As you walk home, the streets hiss from the recent rainfall. You know that your significant other will be in classes until late. Another couple of hours at least. You briefly consider using the serendipitous solitude to catch up on that project you've been working on haphazardly for the past few months. As soon as you think about the work that awaits you at home, you can feel the panic creeping in from the back of your brain, unbidden. All you can seem to think about is how incredibly far behind you are, and the amount of work seems nothing less than insurmountable. By the time you arrive home, change out of your uncomfortable work clothes, and the stress is... Change out of your uncomfortable work clothes, the stress is weighing down on you like a heavy, wet wool blanket. Your computer seems to be staring you down from your desk. You want to sit down and work, but the mere thought of trying to do work sends your stress levels flying. More than anything, you feel suddenly and absolutely exhausted, and feel a strong desire to simply hide in bed. Do you? Well, before we look at those... What project? Meaningless menial job. Get involved with a hobby. Okay, so you're going to suggest. Managed to keep it up. Okay, cool. But you find it hard to get the stuff. Okay. Order some food, grab a drink, and hunker down for a night of work. I see how this game is made. Reluctantly sit down, try to make yourself try to do something. Turn on TV, telling yourself just quick half an hour, go to bed, you're so stressed. You are depressed, interaction is exhausting, and you are becoming more and more withdrawn. You are not currently seeing a therapist. You are not currently taking medication for depression. I feel like trying to make yourself do work is probably not going to be useful. And I don't know, if you've just been at work, I wouldn't want to, just go work immediately. That. Crawling into bed, on the other hand, is too much. So maybe you turn on the TV. That's what I do when I come back from things, is I usually do something to unwind. Good old Netflix. Just a half an hour of TV, you tell yourself, absently grasping for the remote. You don't so much sit down on the couch as sink into it. You turn on TV and start going through your usual channel routine. After a few cycles of this, you realize that you're really not doing much more than some calisthenics, I don't know that word, and absently killing time. You check the clock and see that 20 minutes have already passed since you sat down. As your self-imposed time limit gets nearer and nearer, you become more and more anxious. You stand up and walk to the fridge, telling yourself, I'll just make a quick sandwich and get to work after that. You can't be productive on an empty stomach, right? As you eat, you start pacing around your apartment, heading past your bedroom in the process. You stop on the doorway, as if physically unable to cross the threshold. Familiar waves of exhaustion start racking you, and you feel simultaneously tired and panicked. You close your door and head back to the couch. It's still early yet, you tell yourself. As long as I'll get to work in an hour, I'll have plenty of time to be productive. As you flip channels and let CSI and Jeopardy binge wash over you, you sink deeper okay. No, that doesn't make sense, sorry. You sink deeper into the couch, feeling at once encroached upon and shielded by, being quite literally swallowed up by it. As the second hour draws near, sure enough, you find yourself getting anxious and jittery. You repeat the fridge-paced couch process a couple more times before you look at the clock and realize that several hours have passed, and, not surprisingly, you've managed to get no work done. You crawl into bed, acutely aware of the fact that you have work in the morning, and that any opportunity you had to catch up on your own creative endeavors today has squandered. You're feeling so disgusted with yourself that when Alex calls to talk to you on her way home from class, you simply say you had a really rough day at work and you're trying to rest before your shift tomorrow. She says she understands and wishes you a good night, though you can't help but notice that she sounds slightly disappointed. Ironically, the stress of upsetting your partner compounds with the stress of not having gotten anything done this evening, and the stress of having to go into work tomorrow. The buzzing anxiety in your brain melts together, and your body's utter physical exhaustion. With your body's utter. This is why I'm not going to read every little line out loud. As you sink into a hypnagogia, I don't know that word either. Anxious funk. Too tired to try and work, but too anxious to fall asleep for several hours. Very depressed, you spend a large amount of time sleeping, hating yourself, and have very little energy and motivation. You're not going to see this, or taking medication for depression. Next, it's a mild Friday afternoon. Alice calls you from one of her classes, telling you that there's going to be a really awesome birthday party tonight at her apartment that one of her roommates is throwing. You've hung out with this roommate a few times with Alex, and you get along well enough, but aren't particularly close. You don't have work in the morning, and nothing else in particular to do tonight. You are feeling kind of run down, but you have been fatigued most of the time lately. You mention that you're feeling ill because you're not sure how else to explain those feelings to someone else, and say that you're not sure you can make it tonight. There's a second of silence over the phone, but you can swear you can hear the sound of your partner's face fall. She tries to convince you anyway. Anyway, you haven't seen her this week, and she sounds pretty insistent that you come over. She even drops a few suggestively worded hints that you could stay over with them tonight after the party. What do you do? Shake it off. Shake off your funk and go have a good time with your girlfriend. Man, those cross-down ones are heavy. Agree to go, or say that you're just not feeling well and can't make it. I would go. You gotta go. It's her birthday. Like, if you're not at your girlfriend's birthday party, No. We're agreeing to go. Ooh, that music changed though. You're good to go even though you're not feeling social. You know it's important to Alex and you really like to see her. Seeing her does make you feel better sometimes. And you hope that this is the case tonight, even if it does mean dealing with all the usual social anxiety. The time to leave rolls around and you grab your overnight bag. Alex's apartment is a short walk away and there are already people hanging out on the porch. You feel your chest tighten as you approach Lily and try to steel your nerves. You quickly find your partner chatting away with the birthday girl. Oh, it's not her birthday? Well, yeah, it's important to your girlfriend. You kind of shrugged her off on the phone the other day. And Alex immediately lightens up when she sees you. I'm so happy you came. I wasn't sure if you were going to make it. The young man taps on her shoulder. She turns back to you to apologize and let you know that they have to do something for the party. Alex hands you a beer and plants a kiss on your cheek before... Oh no. Sorry. The computer doesn't like running low on battery. Going off to deal with whatever came up. As you look around, you don't see anyone else you recognize. That's all I've heard. Enthusiastically socialize. I couldn't stand the same spot, sure else to do. That's probably what I'd do. Like, I don't know what to do. This is so awkward. Put your bag in Alex's room and avoid the crowd in there for a while. Clings the back. We'll slip your beer and wait for your girlfriend to come. No. Proceed to drink in earnest, hoping it makes you feel less comfortable. Well, hell no, we're not gonna drink. I would actually awkwardly stand. It's This makes me sound so socially inept, but I'm not. But honestly, that's what I do. I'd be like, I don't know anyone. I would do this, and then I would do this. I'd be like, just gonna... Yeah, don't avoid the crowd, though. I feel like that's bad. Pure brown life, your girlfriend. We're gonna cling to the back wall because I would awkwardly stand in the same spot, and I feel like I would also then move on to like a wall or something.